Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Erik Hag explains why he didn't use Garnacho in Burnley win. Erik Hag has revealed the reason why Alejandro Garnacho did not play against Burnley. The explosive starlet has featured in all of the Red Devils fixtures so far this season, leading to the expectation that he would be brought on at some point against Burnley. Such was the height of expectation that Manchester United fans began to chant his name at points in the second half. However, Garnacho remained an unused sub as Erik Hag opted to only make defensive substitutions. Adrian Rabiot made his debut, taking the place of fellow newcomer Sergio Reguilon, who appeared to have picked up an injury, while Rafael Varane made his return from an injury layoff. With United already without a number of attackers due to off-field issues, many would have wondered if Garnacho too had fallen out of favour. Now, as the Manchester Evening News reports, Ten Hag has revealed the reason Garnacho was left out, and there is no cause for concern. When asked about it, the Dutchman gave two reasons. He said, Garnacho was in against München. I thought our team was playing very well, so I wouldn't change that. Because this game was a demand to keep that organization, that's why I wouldn't change. I saw the players were still capable, and the fitness levels were good, and the energy was still there. While Garnacho's influence and ability were missed on the day, it's clear he will have lots of opportunities to dazzle fans across the rest of the season. Hannibal Mejbri could become a regular starter under Erik Hag after excellent display. Manchester United midfielder Hannibal Mejbri could become a regular starter under manager Erik Hag after a fine performance against Burnley in the Premier League. The youngster was handed a surprise start at Turf Moor on Saturday night and made the best use of the opportunity. He was brilliant with his pressing for the majority of the game. The Tunisian had a passing accuracy of 91%, winning 4 duels and 2 tackles. His energy on the pitch definitely impressed fans. 11% nominated him for the man of the match. Speaking after the game, Ten Hag was also full of praise of Mejbri and said that he did a perfect job and that his pressing alongside Rasmus Højlund was excellent on the night. He told ManUnited.com, like tonight, Hannibal, who did a perfect job, he brought what I hoped he could do, and I have seen it in a preseason. He brings a lot of energy to the team. His pressing with Rasmus Højlund was very good. It was excellent. Mejbri had a good preseason with the Red Devils, but he did not feature in the first few weeks of the campaign amid speculation that he could be sold by the club. However, Ten Hag eventually made the choice to keep him, and the decision was the right one. Mejbri scored a superb long-range goal versus Brighton recently in a losing cause. Ten Hag resisted the temptation to start him at Bayern München, but Mejbri made the starting 11. He produced a performance that could boost his chances of becoming a regular. The manager went with a 4-3-3 formation, which changed to 4-2-3-1 in attack. Mejbri occupied a central attacking midfield role. He should retain his spot in the forthcoming games. Danny Murphy changes his mind on ideal player he initially thought was a brave signing for United. Manchester United were back to winning ways against Burnley, but one player impressed in particular. The Red Devils ran out 1-0 winners against Vincent Kompany's side thanks to a spectacular Bruno Fernandes volley, but it was the player who set him up which caught the eye of many, including BBC pundit Danny Murphy. When analyzing the fantastic Fernandes strike on Match of the Day, Johnny Evans was also commended by Danny Murphy on the assist. He began, absolute quality. I have to say Johnny Evans, what a wonderful ball. Johnny Evans on his left foot, a little clip in there. People wondered about this signing. I thought it was a brave signing, but he is the ideal player for this type of situation. It was a splendid left-footed assist from the veteran centre-half. who started a Premier League game for the first time since his return to Old Trafford. It was matched by a ridiculous Fernandes finish. The Portuguese midfielder rifled home a Scotland volley, which ended up being the difference between the two sides on the day. This was Evans' first Manchester United assist since 2013, making the goal 10 years in the making. Evans was a signing out of left field, but after Saturday's performance, he will have silenced many of his critics. He brings a wealth of experience to United's backline, more so Premier League experience. With the amount of games United are set to face this season, he is really going to come in handy. Manchester United dodged £60 million bullet and got an absolute superstar in the process. Manchester United can count their lucky stars. They opted for one player in the summer transfer window. He is proven a phenomenal asset so far. Amid a sea of injuries at the beginning of the season, Manchester United were forced into a busy deadline day with 4 players coming in. The injury of Luke Shaw was the issue that needed addressing most, with a whole list of candidates emerging for a left-back replacement. One of the most prominent of these links was Chelsea's £60 million star, Marco Correa, but we opted for another name, which has proven a brilliant decision so far. Thankfully, United opted for Sergio Reguilon over Cucurella, who we honestly think would have been a car crash at United. The defender was signed from Brighton for big bucks following some fine performances, however, has been abysmal for the London club. The Spaniard is not a great defender whatsoever. He was protected quite a lot in the Brighton backline via the likes of Moises Caicedo and Alexis McAllister, who have obviously since departed, which quite frankly United do not have the midfield firepower of. Cucurella would have been caught out at United so many times from a defensive standpoint. However, quite frankly, he isn't the best attacker either. He got 0 goals and managed just 2 assists in Chelsea's regime last season. We think he'd have done no better in red. We have what seems like a superstar in Sergio Reguilon. He is featured 3 times for the Red Devils and has been immense in each. He was by far and away the standout player against Bayern and has impressed greatly in his 2 Premier League starts. Reguilon is currently on loan, but the way it's going, we would not be shocked to see this move made permanent. A decision will surely be made in January, but so far, we are truly impressed by the 26-year-old. Mary Earps speaks out after transfer speculation. Manchester United keeper Mary Earps had tears in her eyes as she spoke out on the tough few weeks she's had amid the speculation over her future at the club. Speaking to ITV Football ahead of England's Nations League clash against Scotland on Friday, Earps said, "It's been a tough few weeks for me personally. I have tried to keep my head down and get on with things, but it's been hard to see how I have been portrayed at times." United rejected a world record fee for the shot stopper from Arsenal, but sources close to the club told The Athletic that she was eager to part ways with the Red Devils. Charlotte Harper reported that at the club's World Cup homecoming ceremony, it appeared to some of those present Earps did not want to be there, head down, cutting an isolated figure. However, Earps refutes those claims and says she remains committed to United. She said, "Having your body language and your facial expressions heavily scrutinized, I care deeply about Manchester United as a club, and all I have ever tried to do is give my absolute best from the moment that I joined and give my all to the team." Earps has just 1 year left on her contract, and speculation over her future began when teammate Alessia Russo joined Arsenal as a free agent at the end of last season after United rejected 2 world record bids in January from the London side, despite United finishing second in the league and qualifying for the Champions League for the first time. They have failed to negotiate a new contract with the keeper, who won the WSL and the World Cup Golden Glove this year. In the emotional interview, Erik continued, I think you can tell that in the way that I play and the passion I have put into my performances and the passion I will continue to put into my performances. I have only tried to push the team to reach its full potential and demand more because I truly believe the club is capable of greatness. With a week before the WSL kicks off for a new season, Erik concluded, but now I just want to get down to business and I'm really focused on continuing to give my all for club and country. Man United target back to shine in the Premier League. Manchester United target João Neves has been back to shine in the Premier League when he decides to pursue a bigger challenge away from Benfica. The 18-year-old is regarded as one of the best young midfielders in the Primera Liga, and he was on the radar of the Red Devils during the summer transfer window. A deal did not materialize, but United scouts are likely to keep tabs on the teenager who has now become a mainstay for the Portuguese Giants in the number 6 role. In an interview with O Jogo, his former trainer Luis Castro said that Neves will cost much more than the 25 million euros fee that was paid by Benfica to sign Orkun Kökçü this summer. He said, my friends ask me if Kökçü costs 25 million euros. How much will João Neves cost? He will be worth much more than 25 million euros. He can play in any championship in the world. He is a complete and very intelligent player. The Premier League is the best league in the world. And not only would he be able to adapt, but he would also play and shine. Knowing Joao, I think he is not worried about the next step, but about the next game. He had good training at Benfica, but at family level, he also had a lot of support. He is very focused. I believe that if and when he takes the leap, he will be prepared. He started the training with the A team around the time of the World Cup because they needed him, and I told my technical team that we probably wouldn't see him again. I knew his quality and his way of working. Neves has had a fantastic beginning to the campaign for Benfica. He has started in 6 of their 7 matches in all competitions and has been one of their best performers. The Portuguese wonderkid has completed 91% of his passes this term with nearly 5 long balls per game. He has won an impressive 63% of his duels. The 18-year-old has the potential to go right to the top. United are one of the clubs tracking him and could make an approach during next summer's transfer window. Manchester United are still interested in Juventus midfielder Adrian Rabiot. Manchester United still retain an interest in Juventus star Adrian Rabiot despite failing on more than one occasion to sign the player. United's interest in Rabiot can be traced back to the summer of 2022 when an agreement was reached with Juventus for the player's transfer to Old Trafford. Jean Marteau even traveled to Turin to seal the deal. However, Rabiot's extremely high wage demands were deemed unrealistic by the Red Devils, and so a move never came to fruition. Erik Tanh admiration for the Frenchman was rekindled this summer, with the possibility of signing him as a free agent particularly appealing. Rabiot flirted with the idea of joining Tanh ranks once more, but eventually decided to stay back at Juventus. He signed a one-year extension. According to Calcio Mercato, United have seemingly not been deterred by their inability to lure the player to England and are set to try again in a year's time when he is available on the market as a free agent. The Italian publication mentions that there are a host of clubs keen on the 28-year-old's services, and he is attentive to all of them. United are set to be the party leading the race. Premier League rivals Newcastle United and La Liga giants Atletico Madrid are not too far behind. Juventus boss Massimiliano Allegri is desperate to tie down Rabiot to a long-term contract so as to ward off interested parties such as United. The two are said to enjoy a very good relationship, which helped convince the France international to sign the one-year extension. Allegri wants to lean on these cordial relations to sort out Rabiot's future Once and for all, the player has significant influence in the dressing room and is considered one of the leaders in the team. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.